Hi everybody, hello there, and welcome along to our regular Tuesday Take 5 challenge. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello and welcome. And this is a regular thing that we do at 2 o'clock UK time on a Tuesday. And it's Take 5, and sometimes I tell you what I want you to make, sometimes I leave it up to you. But always there are 5 items that you must use within whatever it may be. And today is 2nd of March 21. We're making a pocket. That's what we're making. And the 5 things are doily, sticker, charm, washi, and envelope. And as I'm going through those, I'm trying to tick off in my mind and work out if I've actually included those in my plan. I think I have. I think I have. I haven't gone through and made a mock-up of this first or anything like that. Let's just skip those out. That's it. But I think I've got everything out that I need. So I've cut this out and I'm going to use this as a sort of mock-up of a journal page. I've cut it out at 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, which would be a fairly sort of typical journal page, that sort of size. Right, first thing I need to do is make some envelopes. I'm going to make some envelopes. Yes, I am, with my envelope punch board that Leanne so kindly gifted me. And I absolutely love it, Leanne. I use it lots. I don't know how I lived without it, to be honest. So that's what I'm going to be using to make the envelopes. And I'm going to be using some Prima paper from a paper pad. This is the paper pad Alla Prima collection from Prima. And it's an 8x8 stack. And they're lovely kind of autumnal colours, actually. It's a really nice stack. And these are the ones I've pulled out. I've already cut this to 6 1/2 by 6 1/2, which is what my scoreboard tells me I need it to be. And this one I left just so you could have the joy of seeing me cut out 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. I'm sure you all know very well how to do this by now. It's really easy on a quilting ruler, because it's got all the lines and it's there's an intersection there for the corner. So but you can equally do it on a trimmer or whatever, however you normally trim your paper. So there we are. Don't throw these bits out. They're often handy for decorating other projects that you might be doing with that Alla Prima pad or whatever paper it is you're using. Right, I'm going to make my envelopes, but before I do that, I'm going to ink around the whole thing. It's just easier when it's flat. There will be a little bit of additional inking at the end, but it's just easier inking these edges when they're flat, I find. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all keeping warm. And yes, I do hope that you're all behaving yourselves. I'm sure you are. Keep crafting. Keeps your hands busy, and therefore you don't get into mischief. I sent a couple of things out to people in the US. It was something and nothing. It was just a test, really, to see how the US postal service was going on, and it seems all right. The things I sent seem to have taken about a fortnight to get there, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. So let's get on to this. Now it tells me on the board when I get my magnifying glass out, and if you think I'm joking, I'm not. I cannot read that without a magnifying glass, but it tells me 6 1/2 by 6 1/2 makes a 3 by 4 1/2 envelope, and I need the first mark to be at 2 3/4 inches. So let's put that along this scale here at 2 3/4, make sure it's flat pushed up to this bit, punch it, get the scory tool out that comes with the thing and score along there. There is a groove there for you to score in. I find it slightly more difficult than a lot of you will because I'm left-handed. So I find that scoring bit more difficult than I would if I was right-handed. Then you turn it and you line up that line that you've just scored with the pointy bit there from your punch board. And I'm telling you this, and as I do it, I know that probably everybody has been making envelopes using a punch board longer than I have. But there are always some newcomers, and so they need to be told the joys of a punch board. So you line that groove that you've just indented, lined up exactly with that pointer. Make sure your paper's right up against the top, punch it out, and then follow that score line in. Like so. And round again. Following the crease line. Right, so then it should look like that on the back. And what I generally do is fold it the wrong way first, just in case the paper is the sort that wants to crack on you. I just find by folding it that way first, then when you fold it back, it tends to be less likely to want to crack. So you make your envelope up like that, and then you will see that you get this pointy bit on the back, and I really, really don't like that. So I just make a mark where it joins up to this bit there, and the same on there. Take your scissors, cut across that. And then when you fold it up, you've got a nice square line. Now that's one of the bits that hasn't been inked, so we'll ink that. The other thing is that, let's just get rid of these loose ends. We want to round this corner. Now you can, there's facility in your punch board. In fact, I'll show you, you just pop it in there, press down, and it rounds the corner off nicely for you, so it's not so pointy. But we will also want to ink inside here, because you can, when the flap's open, you can see that. So let's just ink around there. And you will also see that this paper is single-sided. So what I generally do in situations like this is get my stencil out, which I use for everything. And because there's a sort of turquoisey theme to this, I'm using peacock feather distress ink for my stencils inside the flap. You'd think I've thought this through, don't you? Well, I actually haven't really. So at any stage, this could go horrendously wrong. But I'm hoping it's going to stay kind of right. This sponge I've obviously used for a different colour ink at some stage. And it's giving me this lovely kind of 2 or 3 tone effect, which I really, really like. So I'm pleased about that. Just work your way around till you've filled in all the bits that you think you'll be able to see when the flap's open. Maybe just one more down there. Let's just have a check. Yeah, that's lovely, and it just finishes it off. It's really nice. If you open that flap up now, you see that, and it looks nice. So let's fold that the right way in. We'll just go around now and crease these, burnish these folds in.
Laura Horn is just what done.
Oh, hiya, Laura. How are you doing? Is everything okay?
Yeah. She put, hi, this is Laura, and not able to email or use my eBay, but had to contact you to tell her how happy I am with my order. Arrived yesterday, the fastest delivery ever. This is my first time doing a live chat.
Well, you're very, very welcome. And I'm so glad. It did tell me, my email told me that it had been delivered. And then I didn't hear anything from you. And I thought, oh, I wonder why I'm not hearing. But so glad that you're on live chat. I know all the ladies will look after you. There are a really good lot of people on here. We have a real community spirit on here, I think. My cosmic shimmer's decided to be a bit runny. Well, Mr. F and myself, we've been debating projects as we do, you know, what should we do next and what should be the big ongoing project. And we've decided, because I haven't done one for a while, so there we are, there's our little scoreboard, punchboard envelope. Isn't it lovely? That's lovely paper. And I've already done another one, so I've done this one as well. Yeah, that's right. I haven't inked. Yeah, there's something different. I was trying to work out what it was. I haven't inked around the edges of here. It doesn't need much, just a dusting, a mere dusting. And on this side, because this really will be the side that you see. Yeah, so sorry, that was quite suspenseful, wasn't it? We've decided what to do, but I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, we've decided that my favourite, and I think a lot of your favourites, is Edith. She's wonderful. Wonderful to work with. The imagery is fabulous. I love the actual story of Edith itself. She's lovely. So there's our 2 envelopes, 1 more to go. But I don't want to do another journal. I love doing file folders, but we've had a bit of a glut of file folders recently. So what I've decided to do, where's my bone folder, is to make a ring-bound journal, which is kind of a compilation of both a folio and a journal. So we shall be starting that at the weekends. On the line, yeah, sorry. I can't multitask, obviously. Yeah, get that lined up there. I'll be starting that on the weekends. I may do some through the week as well as a video. But I still want to carry on with the what to do with your 12 by 12s. I'm really, excuse me, I'm really enjoying that series of actually working through 12 by 12s. And I'll just show you in a second when I get finished with this fella what I've been doing with my 12 by 12s today. Is it not right? Time will tell in a minute.
Oh, the notches seem not to be opposite each other. They're not supposed to be. Oh no, it's fine.
Looks all right. That's Mr. F just panicking me. He's just panicking me. Yeah, I'll show you what I've been doing. Well, oh, it's here. The box is actually here. This morning. Just out of interest. It's got nothing to do with the Take 5. A little library card, and they're all sort of mushrooms and ferns, that sort of thing. So that little library card there, that one there, which is the same but the opposite way around, with a mushroom on as well. A big tag, all lined, sewn around and lined with cream card. They've all got green gingham ribbon on the top. Another one, big tag. They're all different papers, but they're all 12 by 12s. And this one, which is the little trifold that I do. So it opens up there. It's got a little belly band with a journaling card in. Just a tiny little collage with a mushroom and a tag in the back. And just some stamping on the back and lace down both sides. And then there's this one, which is just a little I don't know, notebook, I suppose. And it's just on Velcro, it opens up, it's got a mushroom sewn around, the whole thing's sewn around. Then when you open it up, it's got journaling in there. So that's quite a nice little mushroom set, I think. And I'll get that photographed and I'll get it up on Etsy. And I will be shipping to the US as well as the UK. Let's find a spot to put that. Stay. Of one of Julie's famous crafter launches. So I'm going to fold that this way first. I really don't know if this does any good, but it always seems to work for me, because sometimes you get papers that just crack when you bend them. And it's horrible when they do that. So, have I inked around there? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to fold that in now. And I'm not actually burnishing it this second. I'm just folding it. And put that up. Make a mark where they cross. You all right, Mr. F?
Yep.
Cut that very pointy bit off. There we have it. That's lovely. So that needs inking. And these notches need inking. You might find it easier to just do it all together, but I just find it disheartening when you've got so much inking to do. So let's burnish those now. They're nicely folded in. There we are, we'll glue those. I really hope this is going to work, otherwise I'm going to feel like a complete Charlie, but I think it should. Right, that's that. Just caress it for a minute or two till it sticks. Well, it's a second or two. Oh, I haven't done my this is no good. Talking and working doesn't work, does it? I'll get quite a bit in, I think.
I take no risks, so I do neither.
Talk or work?
Yeah.
Yeah, wise move, really. So I'm going to need something to shield that. Let's see what I've got by way of rubbish lying around. Let's put that in there. Oh no. Well, this isn't going to be the best one ever, but learn from my mistakes, people. Don't do too many things at once. Well, maybe that's just me. Just going around with these leaves now, trying to fill in some gaps. It's quite pale anyway, that one. But anyway, it's there. We've got the general idea, I think. And I need to ink around the inside of that flap.
Bernice says don't forget to round the top.
Oh, thank you, Bernice. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've got my head in the clouds today. Thanks, Bernice. So yeah, let's ink that up then. Right, let's ink around the rest of this, and then we've achieved something. Fold that over. Yeah, lovely. Right, it would seem that we have 3 envelopes, one way or the other. We've got 3. I'm just going to burnish that down as well. Right, so on to the next thing. They're really nice, aren't they? They match really nicely. Okay, I've got envelopes, but they're not stuck on yet, so I'm not marking anything off till I actually get it stuck on. Doily. Yeah, okay. Now, I did think, I want to put this on the flaps of the envelopes, and I did think that the round one was the nicest one, until I came across this at the bottom of the drawer. And it's the one that we've used on A4 paper to leave a mark on the paper, so it's kind of slightly coffee stained, which I like a lot. And because it's kind of square, well, it's rectangular, isn't it? But it goes on there much better than the round one. So that's my plan. I'm going to put that there, and that's going to be my use of a doily. So let's just cut that off along there. So I've got room to glue it. I think this is right, but the thing's got 4 corners and I've only got 3 envelopes, so I've got room to get one wrong. So right, let's just put some glue on here. Let's just go for it. I'm going to use my the Elmer's Extreme that Julie likes so much, and I need a book to glue it onto. So here's my book. Right, so I'm going to put it over the flap of the envelope. And just a little bit beyond it, onto the back of the envelope. So let's have a look. Let's get that down there and up that side and up. Oh, that's actually better than I thought it might be. Lovely. Can't see too much of the pattern now, but never mind. Right, I'm just going to get my brayer and give that a bit of a stick down. Doilies are always awkward to stick, aren't they? There we go. Right, so I'm going to just cut that off square up there. And that one. And it folds there. So yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm liking it. So let's move on to the next one. This is a bit of a whiter corner, this one. It's the whitest of the lot. But I'm not fussed. I'm all right with it. I'm going to have to fold that over, otherwise I can't see where I need to cut. Okay, let's try the same again. Glue that. A little bit over the crease. Can't wait to see what you come up with this, because it's quite a broad list of things. There's lots that you could do with it, I think. Chop those up. So I hope everyone's staying warm. I appreciate that it's you know, it's not the time of year for it to be warm. We did have a lovely week last week that really was very pleasant indeed. But this week we're back to about freezing point, which, you know, you can deal with. Freezing point isn't terrible. I mean, you wouldn't want to be outside for long periods, but it's nothing like you get in Canada and places like that. So I think that's me finished with the doily if all goes well here.
Junior Shish is still working on the tape 5 from last week.
Oh, that's all right. Mr. F's still working on the tape 5 from last year.
Last November.
Last November.
She stamped it upside down.
Oh, it's horrible when things like that happen.
So it's been tossed.
It's been tossed?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Fit of fury. So there we go. Let's just stick that down. Give it some incentive, encouragement to stick down. And cut off the little surplus bits. As we speak, I have no idea where the charm's going to go. I will get a charm on there. I just have no idea where or how at the moment. So, right, let's have a look. Let's put my gluing book away. So I've got these 3 envelopes and I'm going to stack them kind of like that on the page. That's the idea. See how much darker that one is? But that's okay. It's all right. This is a junk journal. So the thing to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that there, but only by the outsides. Only by the 2 outside sides. Outside sides. And then I'm going to stick that one there. You've seen me do this before. I've done this sort of thing before. That one there, and then this one will go at the bottom, and this one at the bottom will be stuck around all 3 sides, just leaving the top open. So you can put something all the way in, right down to the bottom. If I had something sturdy, I would show you. In the top, and go all the way down, right down to here. Or you could put something in there, and it would go all the way down to the bottom. Or something in there, and it will go down to the bottom. Right, that's the plan. So the way to get them sort of lined up is put your one at the bottom where you want it. So I want it about there. That's about 1/4 of an inch in from the bottom. And I'm going to use my Frixian pen, which I can get rid of when I've finished with it, and put a mark there where the top and bottom of that is. I'm also going to mark this side because, you know, I'm useless at getting things straight. That's going to be the middle one because it's got the darker thing on, and this I'm going to put about there. I think it's about a good 1/2 inch from the top, just so as there's room for a tag or something at the top. And I want this the same distance in from the edge. So the way I do that is, and if you've got a straight eye, you don't need to do this at all, but as all of you that follow me know, I have not got a straight eye. So that's where I want that one, and it's 3/8 in. 3/8. So I want this one also at, is that 3/8? 1, 2, 3, yeah. I want this at 3/8 as well, and about down to there. So I'm just going to make a mark there where the end, where it sits in, and there. Right, so I've got those 2, and I want to place my other one. So what I do is, if I can remember, what do I do? Measure from there to there and half it. Is that right? Does that seem right? Let's try that anyway and see if that is right. It doesn't seem familiar to me. That from there to there is 7 1/4. So that would be 3 5/8. 3 5/8 is there. So if I put my other one there, is that going to be right? Yeah, I think it is actually. Right, so what I did there was, I've got this here, this here. So I'm going to take the measurement of the bottom of there to the top of that envelope, and it measures 7 1/4. So for half that 7 1/4 measurement, I get 3 5/8. Yes, definitely. So if I put it, no, that's not right. That is not the way to do it. How do I normally do it? I need that to go in there, like that. What do I normally do? I measure something and something. Let me just have a think about this. Could just about do it by eye, but that's not normally how I do it. Is it the top of... No. I think I'm going to have to do this by eye, but that is not normally how I do it.
The top of the middle envelope, the middle between the top of the other two.
Well, that would be down there.
No, the middle of the...
Oh, the middle.
Measure the top of the top one.
Ah, in the middle of
this.
this.
The top of the next one.
Oh,
and
right.
then half it.
Right. So the middle of this one.
No, ignore that. Measure the other two from the top to the top.
The top to the top, right.
And then half it.
Ah, right, okay. So that's 3 7/8. Should we call it 4? So 2.
So 2.
Would be there.
Is
so is that where the top...
Is that top of the top, middle one?
Let's have a look and see.
In my head it is, but of course...
Yeah, I know there is a way. I usually do it, but I just can't for the love of me remember what it is. So if that's there, and that's there. Is that right? Yeah, I think that is right. Yay! Mr. F's got it right. So what did I do? I measured from...
The top of the top one.
The top
to
of the top
of the bottom one.
Yeah, right,
And then
okay.
halved it.
Yes, that's right. So, finally, gang, we've got it. You measure from the top of there to the top of there, half it, which is that mark there, and that's where the top of your middle envelope goes. I used to do these with 4. I do not know how I managed that, but never mind. Right, so let's get something stuck down, shall we? And we're going to have to start with the top one.
You've slept since then, mind.
I've slept several times since then. So it is just down those edges that I want. Oh, I do hope you're learning something today. I hope you're learning that it drives you bonkers. So I'm just gluing the edges. And I'm going to put this on using my ruler, because otherwise I'm just going to get completely off kilter. So I want 3/8, which is there, and 3/8, which is there. Is that right? Yep, I think so. 3/8 and 3/8. Put that where the mark is for my top envelope. And it's got to be straight because it's pushed up against this ruler, and push that side down as well. What a palaver. I'm sure you've seen me do this before, and I've never had this much trouble. Probably because I've always thought things through first. Right, so this one needs to go at 2 inches down from the top one, was where we established, which is there. So it too needs just glue on the 2 outsides. And I'm just using Cosmic Shimmer for this. It does need to be fairly firmly fixed, but I think Cosmic Shimmer will do the trick. So get your thing again at 3/8, if that's what you're using. You could be using centimetres, in which case I think it's probably about 1/2 centimetre. So I can see my mark there through this clear ruler. Push that right up to the ruler so it's straight, and then stick it down. Right, with this one we want the glue around the 3 sides, so otherwise everything will come falling out the bottom. but I do want it straight. So that goes down to that mark that I've made there. Just going to bring that across ever such a little bit because it's just slightly wider than the others for some reason. Don't know why. You do get that, I mean, it just happens. Right, so they're all pushed down nicely. Okay, I'm just going to ink around this piece of card. Just, it'll give me time to think of something, like what's next, and it just will look better. And then I'm going to get my heat gun out and remove the friction marks. See if we can get this looking really nice. Hopefully. There, makes a heck of a difference. I don't know if you can see it on screen, but in real life it really does. So just get my little heat gun, remove those marks. Right, there we are. It's starting to look a little bit better. So now I can actually cross some things off. I've used the doily. I've used envelope. That's it. I've only used 2 things. Right, okay. So as you can see, these flaps, you might have to make them a slightly more supple, but by opening them a few times. These flaps tuck into, I don't really want to open that because it's going to pull the glue off the bottom one. They open like that, and you can leave them like that, they look fine. But if you're putting something in them, it's great that they actually tuck into there and it keeps them closed. It's a good place to put journaling in there, and that's what we usually do when we do this stack. But this one on the bottom, it hasn't got anything to tuck into, so we're going to have to make a little band across here for it. And I thought I could, yeah, here. I just cut a bit of card out before we started, and it's just the same width as the paper, hopefully. Yeah, and I'm just going to put it there so you can tuck the flap into it, you know, quite easily. And this is where my washi is going to come into it, and maybe even my charm, I'm not sure. So I've laid out some washi. I wasn't sure which colour would go. Obviously I can see now the orange doesn't go, and that's a bit blue. That's probably going to be the one I go for. These washes that I've got really are not sticky, so I'm going to have to stick them to the cardboard. Before I do that, let me just ink around it. So what do you think of an Edith file folder then?
No. Ring bound.
Ring bound journal. Ah yeah, Edith ring bound journal. Where is my head today? I don't know, but it's not here. So I need a piece of washi that's about that long, and I'm going to put some glue stick on it. It wouldn't stick for more than a couple of days, if that. It's very unsticky washi, so I'm just going to help it on its way with a bit of glue stick. There we go. I've got something sticking on there. So the cardboard, we don't say cardboard, do we, in junk journaling circles? The card is not much wider than the washi, but that's fine. Doesn't have to be. I want that fairly central. Oh, I've got a sticker to go on somewhere as well. Oh my goodness, where's that going to go? Ooh, I don't know is the honest answer to that. So there we are, just cut off. Actually, I'm just going to glue them and fold them over. Like that. Just so there's no chance of them peeling off then. Yeah, I forgot I had a sticker to use as well. Oh no. Where's that going to go? Right, so I think that goes quite nicely. I'm just wondering if I could get a sticker on there in some fashion. I think all my stickers are pretty much too big for that. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I've just remembered this. This is washi tape, but I got this out because I thought it might be all right for the washi part of the project, but it might be all right for stickers. That would be brilliant. Yeah, these are just circles. They're all circles. So I'm thinking that I could use some on there, liven that up a bit, and get me out of my sticker problem. So there's a nice green one there, or is it grey? I don't know. It's a grey-green. Let's stick that on there. Just right to the end. Yeah, this is going to get me out of this problem, hopefully. There's a nice sort of goldy coloured one there. I'm just going to stick that so it's just coming off the top a little bit. Oh, there's a yellow one. That's quite nice. Oh, they're all in sort of colours. Didn't know that. Let's put that one so it's right off the bottom there. Yeah, look, see, teals and blues. I didn't even know that. I've never even opened this. It came to light during the grand cleanup of 2021. So I'm just going to start at this other end now. Put that one there. I'd quite like a bright yellowy one because there is some mustard sort of colours in the paper. Don't know, is that enough? Let's cut those off and see what they look like. Got half one there, seems a waste. But never mind. Got the great washi in the sky. Blimey, this has got me out of a bit of a hole.
It'll all come out in the washi.
Yeah. Oh, I quite like that. That's okay. I quite like that. I don't know whether to carry on the whole way across or just call it done at that. Yeah, I'm going to call it done at that. Any more and it'll just look like I was desperate, which I was. Yeah, aren't they handy little things? Fancy that. Of course I got them from my good friend Ali. And I think I ordered it as washi tape because I thought that I didn't realise it was stickery stuff. It's always a nice surprise when you get stuff off Ali. I haven't got a clue what it is. Did I order that? I'm thinking that is just a little bit too wide, is it? We'll see when it's on. Right, so I'm going to stick it on, and I'm going to stick it on using Cosmic Shimmer. So it is literally just a little bit down the side. You can use your double-sided tape for this, good place for that. So I just want it so it's catching that bottom of the envelope there. Across there.
That's where.
No, No, doesn't look square, and it's not for sticking. So I want it about there, which is about an inch and an eighth I'm going for. Thank you. Right. It's not for sticking, and you know what? I think it's a good job, because I've just decided I think that's where my charm needs to go. So I can tick off sticker and I can tick off washi. The thing that's standing out to me is the charm. So I think that didn't want to stick because it was telling me something. It was telling me it's not going to stick. So I'm going to put my charm on there, and I'm going to put it at this end. I'm going to leave enough room for it to stick and then put it at that end. So I just need to make a little hole. The medium-sized hole will be fine. Well, it's the smallest hole, sorry. This is the large hole, that's the small hole. And that's the setting part of this tool. So let's see where I want it before we go off willy-nilly. About there, I would say. Would I get a jump ring through there? Yeah, because it's going on a bulb clip. What's wrong with you? Lovely, that's fine. I do have little eyelets that size, but there's not going to be any pressure on it. I think it'll be fine. So I've laid out this butterfly, which is quite large. Is he too large? No, he's all right. He's not coming outside. And I just need a jump ring, and I want a jump ring in the same kind of colour as this little fella, me lad. I'm going to use the medium-sized ones, which I think they're 2mm, 4mm and 6mm, although that could be 8mm, I'm not sure. Anyway, these I'm pretty sure are 4mm. Let's lay a bulb clip out, which we found the other day whilst we were clearing up. So one of that colour there I think will be fine. And some tools. These tools, my tools. Look at them. It's like I'm going to do dentistry. I might be better at dentistry than using jump rings. I can tell you I'm rubbish. So you hold that. Well, you locate where the split is in your jump ring. That's the first thing you do. And you get that facing upwards. Then you grab that with one side of your tool. And you get your other tool. And you grab it and you twist it. Don't pull it apart, twist it apart. And then you get your butterfly or whatever charm it is that you are using, and you put it on your jump ring. I need to twist these further apart because he's a chunky monkey. Come on. Thank you. So once he's on, you get the bit that you've twisted and you twist it back to where it was, so it's all nicely closed. Not like that, that's still open. So twist it back. I told you I was rubbish at these. The fact that a shake doesn't help. But you know, got to get over it and get on with it. I think that's not too bad. Is that all right? I'm going to crush them together. Yeah, I think that's okay. Don't think you'd win any prizes, but I think it's okay. Right, so let's put that onto our bulb pin. Does that go that way? I always manage to get this the wrong way around. So I'm just checking. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that's quite nice. Let's hope now that it's not falling off the bottom of the page. Might have to move it up a bit from where I was originally thinking to about there. That looks nice though now, doesn't it? It's taken a fair bit of getting to, I appreciate that. But yeah, so I want it about there. So I'm going to make a little mark where I want it. I'm going to measure that and make a mark at the other side. I'm just going to bring that up a little bit to 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, 1 3/4. So that's 1 3/4. No, that can't be. 1 1/4 1/2. 1 5/8. It must be. Honestly, this is like an exercise in how not to measure anything. Yeah, 1 5/8. Big mark, so I can't miss it. Right, I'm not going to use my collal because it didn't seem to want to work. I think the thing to do is use my double-sided.
The problem with washi, it has like a waxy top coat, and that's what stops the glue working.
Yeah.
You've got the washi wrap around.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does have a waxy top coat, you're quite right. You're quite right in what you say, Mr. F, as always. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. And a little bit on the other side, and then I might put some glue on top of the double-sided.
Because you can.
Because you can. Simply because you can. Right, so let's burnish that down onto that washi so it's not going to come flying off. Take the sticky bit off. And put some glue on it. Right, now then, behave yourselves this time. That's definitely right, yep. Okay, so that wants to go there.
It was at the top of it. No,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And that wants to go there. Argue with that. So I'm just going to, that shouldn't move. I mean, it's got double-sided on and it's got blinking glue on as well, but let's just clip it for a second or two, just till it comes to its senses. So there we are. That's a pretty page, isn't it? And we've got the butterfly. Right, so let's just have a check of everything. Make sure that I've made a pocket. Yeah, I've made a big pocket, medium pocket and a small pocket, so I've definitely done that. Doily, yes. Sticker. It's a bit of a cheat. Or is it? They're stickers. So I've got stickers on there. Charm, yeah, I've got the butterfly on. Washi, yep. An envelope, ×3. So I have challenged myself, and finally, at long last, I've come out victorious. Well, I think so. I quite like it, actually. Let's just take these off. I'm sure they're pretty well stuck. So that's this band here holds this flap down. This flap is held by the envelope below it, and you can get journaling in there, of course. This one's held by the one below it, and you get journaling cards or anything in there. And then you've got pockets. Let's see if I've got anything long and thin that's card-like that I can show you. Let's go through the bin, see what there is. Yeah, that's probably... might come to that actually. Let's just cut these bits off. Might make me look bad. Right, let's see what we've got and if it works. It'd be great if it does. So we should be able to get something in there that goes all the way down to the bottom. Yay! Look at that.
Put a line across on the paper and we'll see when you pull it out.
Yeah, I will. I'll put a line across there. That's the top there. So when I pull that out, look at that. Look how big that pocket is. It seems even longer than that page. That's ridiculous. And in here, you can get another card. That goes to the bottom. Well, of course, it's the same blooming length, but that's where it comes out at. So that's how long that would be. And then you get one in here, and it comes down to there. So there we are. That top one is not actually telling you the truth. It comes to there. So yeah, that's the top pocket, that's the medium pocket, that's the bottom one. So even the bottom one, actually, it's not, you know, it's not nothing. You will get a nice card in there, I would have thought. And then at the bottom, once this is all dried and sorted itself out, you can flip that up and you can put something in there. So there we have it, guys. Finally got there. What a struggle today, eh? It's just not easy when you're me. That's the theory. That's what I did. I hope you like it. I actually really like it now. But it'll go into the Take 5 drawer, as you saw, where I keep all my Take 5s with this paper clip to it, because I do have the odd paper clip or 100. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a go at it. Post your results on the Miss Paintalot Junk Journal group. Can I just take this opportunity to thank everybody who's bought me a coffee? There's a link on the group, and I think there's a link on the main YouTube channel page. It's really nice of you to do that, to donate a cup of coffee. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you very much. Right, that's me done with lives until Saturday, the usual Saturday live at 2 o'clock UK time, where, as I say, we'll be starting looking at an Edith ring-bound journal. Yes. I will be popping up with videos between now and then.
I've just broached the subject of moving the lives back 2 hours.
Right.
And I said you'd put a post on the group for people to proffer their opinion.
Yeah. So move it from 2 o'clock UK time to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you make it 2 hours later for everybody, strangely enough?
Yeah. Well, it would mean that the girls that get up so early on the western side of the States, you know, it might make it more accessible for them. So yeah, I'll put a post up and see what you've got to say about it. If you like it where it is, we'll leave it. If you would prefer that we move it, then, you know, we'll move it. So thank you, guys. What do I always say to you? Stay warm, stay well, and stay out of trouble. Yeah, all of those. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you again soon. Take care. Bye.